One of the most powerful parts of this twin flame experience is the feeling of recognition. That moment where you meet them and something feels familiar, like you've known them before. Like this isn't the first time that your paths have crossed. And that feeling can be so strong that it's hard to explain. It doesn't feel like something new, it feels like something remembered. So the question becomes, why does it feel that way? When people describe this connection, they often say the same thing. It felt like I already knew them, or there was an instant connection. And they'll say things like it felt comfortable, almost too comfortable. But familiarity doesn't always come from history. Sometimes it comes from patterns, from emotional experiences that your system has already learned. And when something matches those patterns, it doesn't feel new. It feels like it's known. So your nervous system is constantly scanning for what feels familiar, not necessarily what's healthy, but what's known. So if someone reflects emotional dynamics that you've experienced before, your system responds quickly. It recognizes the energy, the behavior, the emotional tone. And that recognition can create a sense of instant connection, not because you've known them in another lifetime but because your system has experienced something similar before. So for many people, this feeling is connected to emotional memory, experiences from early in life, especially formative relationships. So this is the way that love felt, or the way attention was given or withheld, or the way that connection was experienced. When someone comes along who mirrors those emotional patterns, it can actually feel deeply familiar. Even if you're not consciously aware of why, but because your body remembers, even when your mind doesn't. When something feels familiar and emotionally significant, the mind begins to assign meaning to it. This must be special. This must be rare. This must be a deeper connection. And for many people, that meaning becomes spiritual. It's interpreted as a soul recognition, a past life connection, something destined. But what we often don't realize is that the feeling came first and the meaning was created after. You see, the reason this feeling is so powerful is because it's layered: familiarity, emotional activation, psychological patterns, and personal meaning. All of this is happening at the same time. And when those layers combine, the experience feels profound, and it feels like something more than just a connection. It feels like something important. And in a way, it is, just not always for the reasons that we think. The feeling that you knew them before is not necessarily about them, it's about what they represent, what they reflect, what they activate inside of you. They feel familiar because they're touching something that already exists within you: a pattern, a wound, a memory. And once you begin to see that, the feelings doesn't lose its depth, but it gains clarity. So if you've ever felt like you knew them before, or like this connection was something that you were meant to experience, that feeling is valid. But the meaning behind it may be different than what you first believed. It's not always about a shared past. Sometimes it's about what's being revealed in the present. And once you understand that, you begin to see the connection not as something that defines your future, but as something that helps you understand yourself. And if this gave you a new perspective on your experience, then this is where the deeper work begins, because understanding your patterns, recognizing what's being activated, and learning how to respond differently is where this all begins. So if you're ready for that, I invite you to subscribe and continue this journey with me, because this isn't just about why it felt familiar. It's about what that feeling is trying to show you. and I'll see you guys in the next video.